Let's talk a little bit. Why don't we start just with you? What got you interested in being in real estate, and then to end up with Trion?
I started out back in '02. I had just graduated college in '01. I started out as a broker at Marcus and Millichap. That was right around the time of the dot com bust, and I had wanted to go into the investment world, but stocks just seemed so out of favor because of what was going on. And I thought real estate was more interesting because it was tangible. You could see it, feel it, touch it. And I love the idea of, building and monetizing land and refurbishing. And it just seemed like a very interesting industry. So I started my career at Marcus and Millichap. I was a broker for about 5 years. And in my last year of brokerage, I started buying. I was brokering multifamily in the San Fernando Valley. So naturally, we started buying multifamily in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. Um, Bought one property, then bought a second property, bought a couple more. That was end of '05. Bought a couple more into '06, and then end of '06 left and started up our own shop.
And
Assembled.
that's Trion. Trion's the shop you started.
That's Trion.
And,
So
and tell us about your partners, and then about the company.
my partner is Mitch Pascover. He's a childhood friend. We go way back. Tryon is actually, so he went to USC. He's a Trojan. I went to Loyola. I'm a Lion. So Tryon is a combination of Trojan and Lion. And
Interesting.
yeah, we were buying them together in '05, '06, and one more into '07. And then we assembled a portfolio in that cycle. And we were fortunate to have good timing. We started to see the writing on the wall, and we sold everything in 2008 with a couple trickling into 2009. But we sold our whole portfolio. And as we were selling, we had changed our strategy from buying value add multifamily to targeting non performing debt secured by multifamily. And we did nothing but non-performing debt and REO during the GFC, global financial crisis, which was 2009, 10, 11, and coming out of 12, early 13, we went back to the value add business and have been growing it ever since.
Awesome. And at what point did you start, starting funds and taking investor money and investing on behalf of others?
Oh, that's day one, right? So we bought our first property with our own money, and that runs out very quickly. So you start trying to figure out how to raise capital. You call every person in your phone book. I was working at Marcus. My partner Mitch was a mortgage broker at HFF, which is now JLL. He was talking to his colleagues. I was talking to my colleagues. You literally call everybody in your phone book and take any check that they give you. So we did that, and we grew that business. And that's a very high effort, high touch, full time type of business. It's raising capital is breakfast, lunch, and dinner when you're in those early stages.
And now, after 16 years in business, you've had 73 different acquisitions, $1 billion under management, and a pretty exceptional track record. Your internal rate of return, at least the average over the years, is over 25%. I mean, 25% is spectacular. Now, you don't tell people to expect 25%. When I look at your fund literature,
Right.
it's a much more moderate projected return, but that's what's actually happened, at least in the past. How do you feel looking back over what Trion's accomplished so far?
We feel great about it. We've had a great timing. We understand macro very well. We did great before the GFC. During the GFC, we rode the post GFC cycle up very aggressively. During COVID, we bought very aggressively, especially 2020. Well, the whole period, but 2020 when everybody went pencils down, and there was a very short window when prices corrected. We bought very aggressively and have done tremendously well on some of those 2020 acquisitions. We are vertically integrated, and that's definitely a part of the reason why we have such exceptional returns. We have in-house property management, in-house project management, in-house accounting, just everything in-house. So we don't believe in outsourcing. We believe in insourcing and all the benefits that you get when you have those internal functions. Um, because when you operate real estate as an owner, you're going to operate it much better than a management company, in my opinion. And that's with all due respect to sponsors who use management companies and all due respect to management companies. And especially once you get to a certain level, yeah, I mean, can Graystar manage a property better than we could in 2005? Of course they could. But now that we're close to 20 years in, 17 years in, we manage very, very well.
The hosts of the White Coat Investor podcast are not licensed accountants, attorneys, or financial advisors. This podcast is free entertainment and information only. It should not be considered professional or personalized financial advice. You should consult the appropriate professional for specific advice relating to your situation.